We got a great show for you guys tonight. We want to thank all our viewers and our sponsors. I got my money-minded Joey Capri here with the twins. We got the twins here tonight. Lady Z is taking care of her business. So that's all. But I want to thank Stephen for coming in last week and sharing with us his health issues. Because you never know what might happen. I lost two good buddies. My uncle was the last boy of my mother's brother for a family of 10. They had 10 siblings. And we lost him day before yesterday. And then Clarence Thomas was the maintenance engineer, where he was the director of maintenance for District 89. And he lost his battle too with cancer. So today is the day that we met. We're going to celebrate Chuck Daniels, Charles Daniels.
Charles Lee Daniels.
He was one of the funniest kids I ever met. And I used to go by there when I was working as a police officer, and that's where I met the twins at Damon and Raymond. And these brothers have been genuine ever since. They had a whole lot of information that they were sharing with a lot of people. But before we get into that, I want to thank the View for always being there. I was there yesterday. They had the United Black Men of Chicago. They had an event that they're doing positive things in the community. And then on Monday, they had the comedy show. Marlon came in, and Marlon Mitchell is his name. He came in and he did a pretty good job. He's a vet at the game. And then Viola Shaw always say, come and say hi, 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 hi. And then we got the Blue Note. And they always doing different things. They had a 70s party last week. And they have game night on Wednesday night. Steppers are tonight. Various things, day parties, whatever, you can get involved with that. And then we got Stacy's Cafe. I was there Monday, had me a shaved prime rib sandwich, and it was off the chain.
You got to take me there one day, Chris.
Yeah, I will, but you got to spend the money.
I leave my wallet. Hey, one thing about me, I leave my wallet at home everywhere I go.
Yeah,
so make sure you got yours.
I'm gonna get your brother to bring it to us.
All right.
Hey, man. So, but yeah, we Stacy's is good. It took me a long time to go in there. I passed by that place 25 years, 30 years, and never did go in there. And then one of my friends said, oh, man, they got good food in there. So I stopped in, and great food, great atmosphere. It was real nice. And we also have two new guests. We have, two new sponsors. We have JNV, the transportation company, and he does everything. He grocery runs, sports, entertainment, casinos, church deliveries, family outings, and more. He does a lot of stuff. But this week he's going to, that's Thursday, March 6th, he's going to what they call Bernice's Barbecue and Lounge on the south side of Chicago. And he's going to be stepping with Sam Chapman. He's charging $60. Please give him a call for all the details, 708-834-4025, 708-834-4025. He's doing a lot of running. He's, just starting out, and I appreciate him for the sponsorship. And then we have Kelly Clifton. She's a tax specialist. She specializes in all kinds of taxes. And we want to give her a call at 708-408-8760, 708-408-8760, and she'll serve your tax needs. That's Kelly Clifton. Now, we got a lot going on, man. What do you, the twins, what do y'all think about this, what they call DEI boycott?
Well, we talk about this, my brother and I. One of the things we were raised kind of political. We've been involved in politics our whole life. I like to tell people we're not Democrat, no Republican. We're black in America. So that no matter who's in office, we take a beating. We support the DEI boycott. I have had people tell me, well, DEI, it didn't really benefit us, didn't benefit black people. And I go back and I say, listen, we guys of numbers. If you look at the numbers, let me go back 10 years of DEI. Right now, since 2014, 24 to 26% of CEOs in America are white women. But 7.5% are black. So we have benefited something for DEI. Okay, affirmative action is a bad word now. So they kind of had to mask affirmative action with DEI. So, and I tell people, okay, listen, we get rid of DEI. Those 7.5% black CEOs that we have, we're not going to have those. So I support the boycott. I believe in doing for self, but we need to punish those who don't want to employ us. And they should be, we tomorrow, I know people say one day don't matter, but tomorrow is a step. We do it one day, we do 2 days. Next, we're doing a whole week. So I support it.
Toya, what's your idea on the boycott?
I'm in agreement. I think that, there's power in money. That's what people respond to. And if a company, this is what I don't understand, if a company is going to be boisterous and come out and say, we no longer support DE&I, to me, if you're a business owner, money is green, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, you're shooting yourself in the foot by saying that I don't want to openly show support of certain initiatives that are related to supporting DE&I, and then expect people to still continue to want to spend their money there. So I feel like you can take a stance. You ain't got to be out with a picket sign, and you could take a stance silently with just simply not spending your money.
But this is not just a black issue. I see they've crossed
no,
over.
it's not.
Right.
They crossed. They have the white people or other ethnic groups that are participating and joining in. One of the problems that I think that we should do as people years ago, and this is nothing against anybody, gay people will mark their money. And when the money go to the Federal Reserve, it would show how much power they had. If we as black people will, how can I say, we want to invest in each other. We want to engage in each other. And when we start showing the value of the black dollar, that's when we're gonna be all right. Because they need to know we spend money on the wrong stuff.
We're the number one consumers.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So if we spending money on Jordans and whatever the case might be, okay, more power to Jordan. Now you become a billionaire. But how do those billionaires make millionaires out the rest of the people? We got to invest in each other. So that's one of my things about the DEI.
Well, they took DEI and they made it. Well, let's call it the conservative right wing in this country have made DEI like they did woke
a bad word.
They made it equal to black. That's what they make it equal to the N word.
Right.
So that's why you had Trump. I don't call him Trump. Up there saying after the plane crash, it was DEI, right?
Yeah,
Because,
but I mean, how can you get rid of all of the air traffic controllers and then expect the system to work smooth? That's why we have had all of these different plane crashes and near plane crashes. It don't
they
make
want to wreck the
sense.
system, Chris.
So let's go back in history just real quick. Remember the Montgomery bus boycott? They didn't stop the boycott because they felt bad, because the business owners lost money because black people were not going downtown on the bus to shop during Christmas time. And that caused the economic effect where they called on the city council and the mayor and say, stop this boycott because we need the money. So we support the blackout day. We support that DNI blackout day.
We should pivot off that, open our own black stores, black Target, black Walmart, and let's build our own. So now we don't need them. We don't have to look for them for jobs.
We're not this strong yet. The system has, when we get strong in the House and the Senate and all of that stuff, then when we get strong in that area, then we'll be able to beat the system. But they pushed us out the system.
And you know what? we can't continue to rely on a system that was built to destroy us. They're not coming to help us.
That's what I'm saying. So, and that's even with your religions, with everything that you're working with. I was looking at a segment of Suits the other day, and one of the lawyers and his girlfriend, they were about to have a baby, but one was a Catholic and one was a Jew, and they were saying, what under what religion are we gonna raise this baby? And she said, well, my parents want to raise them Catholic. He said, well, I'm a Jew. How are we going to do this? So they invest in their religion. They, they're asking questions, their, beliefs. Who make one right, who make one wrong. But it's under what powers that they are going to be under. You see, so very interesting concept, very interesting. But anyway, let's get back down to the nitty-gritty.
Well, you know what? That conversation, Chris, I don't want to cut you off, but we need to have it. We need to be talking about it every day because our rights are under attack. I often say this: it's 2025. I never thought in 2025 we would have to fight like it's 1965 because our rights are being rolled away, and we up against it in America.
Yeah, but see, you just got to remember, we're gonna be all right because we Black and we didn't survive some of the best.
But you know what? But now they know that. So now they say, well, you know what? We don't put these guys, these people through everything. We come through slavery. But now they saying, well, you know what? We know they're resilient, but we're gonna try to go in right now for the kill shot. Yeah, and they're gonna try to break us if they can.
But they can't. 47 is doing what he did last time. He's he's rising them up.
Yeah.
And that he's speaking out. But they're gonna get their head tore off.
They are.
They are. But anyway, we ain't even get into who you guys are.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself and where you come from and who you guys are.
Well, that's a
long story.
Yeah. But you got two guys.
Well, I want Dave to tell
two
us.
guys who, as my brother said, we came up, we grew up political. You don't get to choose where you born, who you born, and how you born. We were fortunate and blessed by the Most High to be born to two wonderful parents that poured their life and their soul into us. It is 5 of us in total. It is Michael, Dennis, Susan, Raymond, and Damon. It's 5 of us who make it up. Raymond and myself were born here in the United States. Our other siblings were born back home in Jamaica, as well as my cousins and everything else. So they make, we get a joke sometimes when we go back, they call us foreigner because we were not born in Jamaica. We were born here in the United States.
In Chicago, Illinois.
In Chicago.
Okay. So now you born in Chicago, you do a little political, but how was it going to school when they got twins but they don't look alike? Because I got a set of twins and they're fraternal. They're not identical.
Well, you know what? We split like my mom and dad. I look like my mom. Damon looked like my dad. So, going to school, we first started in Chicago. We went to Catholic school. And, we always was in the same class when we when we were in Chicago. We moved to Maywood. Of course, they split you up. And so we was always in different classes. We went to high school. We had a couple classes together. We went to college. We had class. We took every class together. So, we got the same synergies, like the same stuff. Believe in the same, most of the same things. So, we had a great childhood growing up, ate a lot of good food.
Well, what you mean, good food?
Well, you name it. My parents used to own a catering company. They did catering.
Okay.
And so, we have an eclectic taste of food. You name it, we've probably tried it. We like a whole lot of different type of cuisines. So, we at one time, Damon and I was thinking about buying a restaurant on the West Side. And we was gonna change the menu up. We weren't gonna do this. When you see Black people open a restaurant, the first thing they got chicken, soul food, this, that, and the other. Well, we didn't want to do that because our people are more than that, right? We was like, hey, we're more than that. We're gonna switch it up and develop the menu. But we just couldn't get Dad to sign off on. We needed him to come up and put the green up. And because he had been in the food business, and he was thinking about a white tablecloth business, and he was like, well, if you drop a plate of food on the floor at night, you're going to destroy your profit. I'm like, no, Pops, it's not this type of restaurant. This is a little fast food thing.
Place.
It's not.
So what kind of cuisines were you going to serve?
Well, we was going to take over, establish a barbecue joint.
A barbecue.
Yeah,
okay.
You probably know the proprietor. It was on North Avenue. But my brother had worked the deal to try to get that. So we were going to change the menu up, take all that frog leg stuff like that off, keep the chicken wings, keep the ribs, and we was going to introduce jerk chicken, curry chicken, stuff like that, a little Jamaican cuisine.
Okay, so but I know y'all saw it. My question of the other day was who got the best jerk food in the Chicagoland area.
Well, that's up for debate. There was no clear answer on that.
It was no clear answer.
There's no clear answer because each person's palate is different. Now, we say we have the best jerk because we cook authentic jerk food. Now, there are some other Jamaicans that cook very well. We don't want to call out nobody and say, well, this person better than that person, better than this. But the true Jamaicans, when you taste it, you know they know what they're doing. You can taste the food. And let me preface this and say, there's more cuisine in Jamaica than jerk chicken.
When we grew up, we didn't even eat jerk chicken.
We didn't eat jerk chicken. We didn't eat jerk chicken growing up. Now they do jerk chicken, jerk pork
in Chicago.
Well, they just use the sauce.
Yeah. They don't use
they jerky like jerky. Right. So, but yeah, that's very, very interesting. So growing up, and then you guys go to Proviso East.
The Great Proviso East.
Tell us about that experience.
Great experience, Chris. Great experience. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Wouldn't trade it for the world. We got 40-year friends. We graduated on the great class of 1991. Two state titles. Check the record. Nobody else did that. We did that. One in wrestling, one in basketball, and we came second place in track. We almost went for 3, but great experience, great friends, great experience. We wouldn't trade it for the world.
Okay,
that's where we met you. No, I think we met you after that.
We met you. I was there, so I don't think I knew you, but we met at the barbershop. That's how we got to know each other.
And I want to say this here: give your flowers.
Oh,
tell the people this man have never changed.
Never.
If you need something, the man will always be there for you. And listen, he don't do it because he's looking for something in return. He do it because that's what he want to do.
Right.
So I want to give Mr. I always, when I see him, I call him like he's a legend. He's a living legend. I tell him that all the time. I want to give Chris Brown his flowers, man. We got to appreciate when we got guys who do something for the bottom of their heart because they want to do it and look out for people. You don't see that today.
Bless you, man. Bless you. Appreciate it. And we, but your experience now, you going through high school, did you have some challenges as far as people picking at you or twins?
No. Let me tell you something. We had some cousins on the west side. Some of the baddest dudes walk the street. So we wasn't worried about nobody picking on or doing nothing like that. We wasn't worried about that. And my brother and I could scrap and get out too now. So yeah, we definitely wasn't worried about that. Right. We're not the tallest guys, but we some of two of the toughest guys you ever want to see.
Okay.
He wasn't none of that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to, because see, I went to all boys school, and it was white. I went to Weber my first year, and then I transferred and went to Prosser. And I had some issues, being the only boy in my family. And then, we had some challenges or whatever the case might be. So I didn't know if they would pick on you because y'all was twins or whatever the case might be.
There were some other twins in the school as well.
Yeah.
They weren't cool as us, but they were there.
They were the coolest. You just want to know we were the coolest.
We were the two of the coolest guys walking God's green earth. So they weren't cool as us, but they were around.
Now you growing up, you done got a little grown. How often did you guys go back to Jamaica?
Well, my mother got sick
in 2005.
And so we could not really travel. We couldn't leave her. We had to take care of her from about 2013. She was bedridden. So we had to take care of her. And, that was my life. To me, that's the best thing that I've done in life. They had to take care of her. And so we couldn't. And so when she made her transition, we have been back 3 times in 18 months.
18 months.
And we're going back this year. Because my dad wants to go all the time now.
So did you guys go when you were younger?
Yeah.
We did go when we were younger.
And what was that experience like? Going back, you born in Chicago, you're born in Illinois. Now daddy is taking you back to the motherland.
So it's a culture shock. So you don't appreciate. You see here and you see Chicago and you're like, man, it's the hood. You see the hood. You see the ghetto. When you touch down in Jamaica, and then you see a zinc roof and people burn the trash outside. And then you see the animals walk the street. And then you realize, like, wait a minute, I'm in a totally different country. And it's a different understanding. Now, Jamaican is a British colony under the Commonwealth. So they drive on the opposite side of the street. So the rights that you have here do not carry over there. It's a parliamentary style of government. They have a prime minister, they have a governor general. So it's a different understanding. So they have the police, but then they also have the military that can come out and patrol. You don't see that in the United States.
No. Sometimes we did for a minute.
For a minute in the 60s. Yeah. But you don't.
No, you did this. When they did Floyd.
The National Guard. You had the National Guard.
They can't arrest anything.
They can't arrest. These guys can do arrest. The Jamaica defense can come out and arrest and hold you. So you don't have no habeas corpus. You just come on, let's go. So that's the difference. And you see, but the best thing about Jamaica is everyone has a pleasant, nice spirit.
Everybody's friendly.
Everybody's friendly in Jamaica. Yeah. Everybody, you know people, and then you're friends, and we going back. We went back as kids. We took care of our mom, and now we have returned to go back. And you just have an appreciation and a love for it. Mm-hmm. And then you stop, and I always recommend get the street side food. The guys cooking in the drum pans on the side of the road. That's the best food you want to eat.
Best food.
You want to get good soup. They have so many different variations of soup. We have mannish water, which is goat head soup. Then we got
goat head soup.
Excellent soup. Excellent soup. When you go back with us, I'm gonna get you a bowl.
No, you're not.
Some goat head soup.
I'm going next week. I'm going next Thursday.
You're going to where?
Montego Bay.
You going to Montego Bay?
I forget the name of the resort.
But you staying in Montego Bay.
Yeah.
That's St. James Parish. It's 14 parishes. You staying in St. James. Go out and get you some street side food.
Don't eat the resort food. Get
some. They got some chicken foot soup. They got red peas soup.
Chicken foot.
We call it steppers. Steppers. We call it stepper soup. Chicken foot soup. Stepper soup. And we got red peas soup. We got all these different soups. And in the morning, they have so many different type of porridges. We call it oatmeal here. They got cornmeal porridge. They got peanut porridge. They got all these different porridges that you can stop and get for breakfast. Mm-hmm. So instead of, we used to bacon and eggs. See, me and my brother growing up, we had soul food, but we had Caribbean food. Mm-hmm. So we know the difference in the
So you go in the street. Number one, what you do by supporting the locals, you support them because, hey, it's a tourist-based economy.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so you support the local guy by buying his food. But when you buy his food, you get authentic food. You don't get that in a resort. You see a junk pan grill on the side of the road, go out there, get them, and I guarantee you, it's going to be different than the foods you buy in the restaurant. Okay. You get some jerk off the junk pan grill, you're gonna be like, man,
this is
you'll never, when you come back here, like for us, we don't eat jerk chicken here like that. Because most of it, I'm gonna give you 99% is stuff that we don't want to eat. But when you go get authentic, you're gonna be like, okay, you can see the difference. You're gonna see, first of all, you're gonna see the appearance, the difference as soon as you buy it. You're gonna look, it's not that wet jerk sauce. You're not gonna see that. Mm-hmm. You're gonna see a different type of jerk. So get out there in the streets, you enjoy. Again, people will walk up to you and say, good night. I was listening to a Jamaican brother the other day, and he said he moved to the States and he was talking to some females. And he went up to him and said, hey, good day, good morning, good night. And they looked at him and they was like,
he was strange.
And he said, man, American men don't say pleasantries like that. Don't. So everybody in Jamaica see you, hey, good night. Now, they say good night. That don't mean like we think it good night, they going to bed.
That's how they greet you.
Just, my brother called me tonight. The first thing he said, good night. Just to say, hey, good night.
Manners and respect go a long way in Jamaica. So
like
you hear people,
over there.
You hear people in Jamaica say manners and respect, mm-hmm. Meaning I'm not meaning you no harm. So you call someone on the phone, good night. Mm-hmm. You're going to say good morning or good afternoon. Mm-hmm. And you're going to greet people because that's the manners you were raised with. Well, you don't see that over here.
Chivalry's not dead. It's just not practice.
It's not dead.
It's just not practice.
Jamaica get a bad rep. Oh, it's all this crime and this, that, and the other. It's crime in Chicago. It's crime everywhere. Right. But as a tourist, they're not going to mess with a tourist. Mm-hmm. The bad man, the gunman is going after the gun. He's going to get the guy who he's supposed to get. You're a tourist, you can walk. Again, you can walk in the street. We was joking Chris in the barbershop when my dad said he was going to take him to Jamaica with him. And Chris like, no, you're not. If you go with us, Chris.
I went, but I didn't do the domestic thing.
So we're going to take you. And we're going to go do the domestic thing, and you're going to walk in the street, walk amongst the people, and I guarantee you, nobody's going to say nothing to you. Nobody's going to try to do anything to you. You're going to feel so at home. You're going to feel so welcome. The people are going to love you and be like, okay. And this is going to be a place you might say, man, you know what? I can see myself living there.
But when you get there, the men, we boastful. We are boastful. We not shy.
No, I know.
We're gonna greet you. We're gonna say, darling. Come here.
I just came back in July.
Yeah.
And I had to fight them up off me.
Yes,
I swear.
They're not gonna be shy. They're gonna approach you.
They definitely.
Toya got a groove back.
She got a groove back.
No, I did not.
She like Stella. She got a groove back.
So he got a
You
groove
know, my
back.
brother-in-law
But
was with
at
me,
the-
so
at
he
the-
wouldn't let me have no fun. So
Okay, so listen. Question:
Mhm.
what are some of the benefits of being a twin?
You got somebody always got your back.
Right.
so sweet.
Mhm.
Somebody always got your back, no matter
Mhm.
what.
Mhm.
Right, wrong, and indifferent. I know my brother got my back.
Right.
Yeah.
We talk. Me and my brother talk every day.
Every
He
day.
even just call and say, "What you doing?" We might say 3 words to each other, but we talk every day.
Every day.
So we know
Even
if
if
I
we
call
don't
him
out the
up,
country,
that's
we
right.
gonna call.
We could be 1,000. We could be 10,000 miles away. We gonna find a way to get in connection. We gonna connect with each other. My brother know my secrets. I know his secrets. These secrets we probably would never tell nobody because nobody gonna need to know that. And we gonna take them to the grave. So you always got somebody that you link to because my mother used to always say, "You guys come in the world together." I came first. She's always say July 26, 1973, the greatest day in the history of this world.
That's right.
I was born at 2:00 in the morning. My brother came at 2:27, 27 minutes apart. And she said, she always used to tell us how she got our name because people look at us and say Raymond or Damon. And she said, my dad's name is Chester. She was going to name us Chester and Lester. And I said, thank God she didn't do that. I'm saying that, thank God she didn't. So she had a lady that she knew name was Ramona. And so when I was born, she said, okay, I'm going to name him Ramon. She said Ramon. We kind of changed it and made it more Americanized. Ray. She said, I'm going to name him Ramon. And she went down the alphabet. So, you know how black people have to have their names rhyming.
Right.
So she went down the alphabet. She went A, B, C, got the D and said, oh, Damon, I'm done.
Right.
So that's how we end up. Because people see me and see my name. Like, I thought you was a Spanish guy or something like that. I'm no, 100% black dude.
Don't roll that R.
I don't roll my R.
Don't
I say
roll
Raymond.
Raymond. Not
Raymond.
Ramon. It's Raymond.
Yeah.
What's your daddy name? Chester. I
yeah.
thought it was Simon. So I didn't know, but then that is, and now you got to grow up, and you got a set of
I got
twins.
a set of twins, right?
Now how does that work? It's
You know,
4 of y'all running around, man.
When I first found out, I was excited because I was like, man, we thought, I always say that, oh, we had a twins skip a generation. Well, it didn't skip. And so I knew when we found out there was boys, I said, okay, we're going to name one of them after me for sure. And so
Who was born first?
Ray Jr. was born first. He was on a minute first. He was born, the doctors got him first. And so we knew we was going to name him Ray. And then I was like, I got to get something rhyme with Raymond. And so I just went down the alphabet and I just came up with Traymond. So we joked them all the time.
Right.
They can never measure up the stuff that we did. Again, they know it. And I keep telling them, you're looking at 2 of the baddest dudes that walk God's green earth. And I said, if you do half the stuff that we have done, you done had a great life.
You had a great life. We have to remind them.
And so how does that work? Y'all do everything together. Y'all get your haircuts together. All 4 of y'all.
Yeah, all four of us, right?
us.
You're right. You see one, you see all of us.
We see all of us.
We grew up like that. My brother and I was always together. So if you saw him, you saw me. And when he go places, I'm not there. The first thing he asks, where your brother at? If I'm someplace, the first thing they ask is, where your brother at? They so used to seeing us together. And now when we go out, my boys go, we all go together. So you see one of us, you see all of us. So, it's a closeness, it's a bond that people don't realize that it's a bond that we have that's unbreakable. No, we have spats, of course, but we know we have a spat now. 2 minutes later, we don't forgot about it, laughing and joking about something else.
So Pop's calling in tonight.
Yeah, we got to tell him. Let me tell him to call in right now.
Yeah, he can call in. This gonna be a bonus. Man.
So what we were raised is this. My brother can not lack. If he don't have anything and I got it, I have to give it to him. Mm-hmm. If I cook food and my brother's hungry, I feed him.
Right.
If he has food and I need some food, I give it to him.
Right.
He'll give it to me.
Right.
If my brother need a car and I got 3 cars, I give him a car.
We always gonna take care
we
of each
gonna
other.
give.
Mm-hmm.
We not asking. If he need a ride, I'm not gonna say give me gas money.
No,
we
never
gonna
do that.
But you're a life coach.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So we both are really life coaches. So what we try to do is instill positivity and help people see the good instead of the bad.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people focus on the negative. They give you that I can't attitude. I can't do this. I can't do that. That's not true. You can do it. You are blessed by the Most High every day. 3 things. You get another chance. Every day you wake up, got another chance to make another choice, to make a change in your life.
Exactly.
Every morning you wake
Preach.
up. You got
the 3 C's.
3 C's.
My mother never let us believe in can't. That's a word we need to take out of dictionary. And I like we try to tell people, listen, Don't put off today for tomorrow.
No,
The reason why I always say that is somebody went to bed last night and said they was going to do it tomorrow,
and never
and
get the
tomorrow
chance.
never came for them. So if you got to do something, do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow. And you can do whatever you want to do, your heart desire. You just got to have the will to do it. And you the hardest thing in life is to change. Change a person thought, you change his life forever. But it's hard to change, right? The book was telling, so think of the man, so is he. So if you could change the way he's thinking, you change his whole outlook in life.
Yeah, and it's tough. I'm just that type of guy that understand, when there's a difference, because I was the only boy. in
Oh, you
my
was? How
family,
many
so
sisters?
I had 6.
Oh, you got
you
beat up a
was
lot.
spoiled.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
get beat up?
no,
Was you
no.
the baby boy?
Yeah, I
You
was
the
no,
baby.
no,
Was the
I
baby?
wasn't
You
the
was the baby?
baby.
Okay.
I had my one sister. She was the baby girl. Me and her are the only ones that had the same father and mother. The rest of my dad had 4 over there. My mom had 1. Then they had us 2 together. But when it's different, and there's a different situation. I'm the only boy. I ain't got no brothers. I can't call nobody. I ain't got that.
Did your sisters pick on you,
Right?
Chris?
No.
They
They
didn't?
Were
didn't
you
pick. They
spoiled
loved them.
though?
Would you?
I know, because I wasn't around them enough to be spoiled. Because 5 of them lived in
Oh,
Texas.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
4 of them lived in Texas, and then I grew up with my baby sister, and then my mother's other daughter before she got married to my father. But it was very, very interesting, and so I can see what you guys are saying and how you stick together, being a twin and somebody having your back and you sharing thoughts and loves to each other. Hit the button.
Is it already transferred?
No, so you got to hit it. Hello, welcome to the Love Line. Who we got on the guest show?
You have on the line Chester Magnus.
Chester.
Pops on the line.
Right on, man. We appreciate
The
you
general-
calling
The
in.
general's on the line.
Now I got your 2 sons in here, and they've been telling us about their life story and how they grew up and all of that. But you grew up in the motherland. You how was your transition going from the motherland to America?
Well, I'm from Jamaica, as you know, and the transition was nice because when I came here, I met some real nice, loving, caring people,
Okay.
and I was well received here.
Okay, but when you was living in Jamaica, what were some of the challenges and situations that you were in that made you want to come?
Well, I did want a car, and I was working, and and my sister came here first, and she was the one who encouraged me. Say, if you don't want to come full time, you don't have to come. So I went to the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, and they gave me a choice. I can give you a permanent visa, or I can give you a vacation visa. I said, give me the permanent, because if you give me the permanent, I can go and come as I want.
Okay.
Yo, Pops, tell them how you grow up and you live and you work at Playboy Club and you have to work at the Wharf and all them place.
Tell them how you met Mr. Hugh Hefner back then before he became Hugh Hefner, what we know of.
Right. I was working with just like the parish council, we call it in Jamaica. I was a supervisor. I go and inspect all the water lines in different parts of the parish to make certain the water was pure, it was running at the temperature, and if people is getting the water and so forth. I was in charge of that. And then a friend of mine said, we need someone like you at Playboy Club, brother. I said, what?
Playboy Club in Jamaica?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Playboy Club. And I went there and, and they said they're looking, and I work. And then, I promoted up to supervisor. I was in charge of the front desk and a lot of other things. And my sister was here, and a friend of hers wanted to travel out to Jamaica. And she told them about go to Playboy Club. My brother is a supervisor. So when he came down there, he was well received because I know all the cooks, the waiters, and all that, and the taxi driver, and he was well received. So he knew I was coming here, and he says, "Listen, do me a favor. Don't work for anybody else. When you come, your job will be waiting on you." And I went to Loyola downtown. I worked about 3 months at Loyola. And then another friend of mine was at the University of Chicago and said, "We need you. We need someone like you." And I worked for the university. And then they transferred me to the International House where all the grad students, if he's not a grad student, you couldn't go in there. You couldn't be accepted. The whole 500 plus students, it was about 3 black students.
Hold on there, Chief. Hold on. Tell him about the WAF in Jamaica.
He want to hear about Jamaica.
He want to hear about Jamaica. He want to hear about where Ian Fleming them, right? James Bond Beach, them place there.
Well, I never, when I was there, we have the 3 wharfs that we ship fruit to London, banana, citrus, and so forth. But I never say work for Ian Fleming.
I said, the beach, where was Ian Fleming, James Bond Beach? He write all the books in Jamaica, From Russia with Love.
Yeah, but James Bond Beach, I never interact with him that much.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you came, when you were in Jamaica, and did you go to school in Jamaica?
Pops grew up in
sir.
there. Pops was in
Yes,
Jamaica when it was the British rule. He was there when Jamaica got their independence in
August
1962.
August 6, 1962, he was there. He voted.
When Buster Matthews became the first prime minister.
When Jamaica became independent. He was there in
Yes.
Jamaica.
He could tell you some stories
Yes.
about how the British treated them too, man. So the British was
Yes,
heavy-handed.
But I was a strong supporter of the People's National Party, just like the Democratic Party here. Because the Labour Party was more like Trump there, and black folks were to be strong and standing. And I was, my mother was a PNP, People's National Party.
My grandmother followed Marcus Mosiah Garvey too, was a Garveyite. So that's why we come up, Chris, do for self. We was taught self-reliance, do for self, don't rely on anyone, don't rely on the government, take nothing from your oppressor.
Not his ways,
don't take his money, don't take anything from him. Do for self. If you can
That was Marcus Garvey's main objective. Tell the Jamaican people, and you want in trouble here, do for self, and nobody going to do for you but you. And I carry that until this very day with my great grandkids.
Okay, that's a.
Hey, Pops, I was telling Chris we got to get him to Jamaica. When you told him in the barbershop you was gonna take him to Jamaica, he was like, "Oh no, we got to take him amongst the people."
I've been once, but
you
I
got to go
stayed
in the
on.
people. You can't go in the resort. You got to get out and get with the people. We're gonna take you to some places. And you're gonna see people, and I guarantee you're gonna be like, "Man, these are very nice people." I told you, Pop said he want to take you. We was talking about that before we came here. It's like, you gotta get him to Jamaica.
We take him.
Okay.
One of my uncle, the same place Kamala Harris' father came from. He had kids there, so we are well acquainted.
Okay.
When Kamala was running.
Okay. Well, listen,
Yeah.
Pops, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us. We appreciate it. And I'll see you at the barbershop next week.
I will give you a free ticket to Jamaica, sir.
Okay. I appreciate it.
You will see how the Jamaican people are different.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Have a blessed night.
You too, buddy.
And a blessed week.
Yes, sir. You too. All right. Thanks, Pops.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye. I mean, that just has to be something at home with Pops, and he's telling y'all all these stories. I mean, man, that's different. You live in Jamaica under the British colony, then you come to America. It had to be something different. And I know
it's a culture.
what's the best story he told you Damon?
Well, the best story was we come from the north coast of Jamaica in St. Mary Parish, the north coast. It's not too far. It's far from Montego Bay, but that's the north coast. And he worked in the Playboy Club. Now, he didn't have a car. Him and my uncle, who has passed away, they worked at Playboy Club, and they would have to walk from where they lived all the way to the Playboy Club. And I said to myself, wow. And he'd tell the story how they would walk and it would be pitch dark. It was no street lights, and cars would just pass them, and they would walk. They work 10, 12 hours a day and then walk like an hour or two to get home. And they did that every day.
Wow. And what's your story that you remember that Pop said?
Well, my story is going to be from here. You know, Pops was he didn't want to get into it, but when he come to this country, of course, at that time, you Jamaican, they beating you up, looking down on you. But my dad worked his way up when he went to University of Chicago, the first black manager there in the 70s, controlling a $3 million budget. And that was a big thing back then because the white people didn't like that. There's how we got to report to this black guy.
Right.
We would be in Jamaica on vacation. At that time, they always found a way to get a hold of him. He always left a number to get a hold of him. There was no phone there, but you can call somebody to get there. And so, you know, he would tell us stories about. That's why we do for self. He would tell us stories about when he go into the office and he had to do this and that. He always had to be 10 times better than the next guy because he always knew it was somebody else who looked that he should not have the job. He was black, he was Jamaican, he shouldn't have the job. And he always had to do more. He never took a day off. He works 5, 6, 7 days a week. And so that type of story gave us the drive. Like, okay, if he can do that, then we can do it. I mean, he told us a lot of stories about Jamaica going swimming and we'll eat some food today. And we're like, Pops, why are you eating the same thing over? You keep eating it. He'd tell us, me grow up on this. And he says, he'll tell a story about it.
He say what? Say that again.
Grew up on it.
Oh, I grew up on.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, you eating it. He eating his ground provisions. He's gonna eat his plantains every morning. He's gonna eat his oatmeal porridge every morning. And at night, we always, one thing, a staple that we always had with our food growing up, we always had rice.
Rice.
No matter what, you could have 15 courses on the table. But we always had some rice, be it rice and beans or white rice. So he would always tell us how his mother cooked, what she did, and just give us stories like that to stay connected. He keep us connected to how he grew up. My brother would tell us, hey, we used to walk 10 miles. And I'm like, here I am, I can't even walk a block. But he's walking 10 miles. And I'm like, oh man, at night, going to work, I used to swim out there in the ocean. We went to Jamaica last year and we was at Blue Hole, and it's a cliff. Pops went up there and the guys were like, oh, Grandpa, you gonna jump down from the cliff? And they look at him like, how this old man gonna jump down? He was like, you need a life jacket? Pops looked at him and jumped, went up, went into the water. And the guys was like, wow. I mean, he's a champion swimming, man.
Swimming.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Growing up in Jamaica, then y'all coming.
We want to go.
Transition.
We want to get some. We want to move. You know, our ultimate goal is to live part of the year in Chicago,
and then the rest
in Jamaica. So our main goal is after Christmas, fly out, come back about the first week of April.
Now you still got your trucking company?
We still do. We did not run it. We sideline right now, but we still have it. We got another venture that we're doing, a logistics company where we doing some warehousing. Got guys going in and breaking containers and things like that. So, we got our hands in a lot of different things. We're looking to expand into other areas if we can. So, do for self attitude.
Do for self.
Okay. And so, I mean, you guys have been giving us the philosophies and telling us do for self attitude, whatever the case might be. Tell the people out in the audience, give them some last words, some parting words that they should live by.
Well, let me first say shout out to all of my siblings. Michael Magnus, wherever you at in the world, in Jamaica, where your foot stand up on the ground, where the Most High bless you. To my brother Dennis, proprietor of Magnus Landscaping. If you see Magnus Landscaping, that's us. That's a Magnus group thing. My sister, God bless her, wherever she at, her foot touching the ground in Miami, Florida, down in Homestead, Florida. Bless you, keep you up. I got my twin brother right here with me, my road dog, 100%. Keep this in mind. Again, you change your own life, your own narrative. Stop depending on people to do for you. If you have good health and halfway decent sense, you can do for yourself. We understand the deck may be stacked against us, but we have overcome so much that we can continue to move forward. Mm-hmm. Too many people get sidelined. They don't like your friend, or social media say something against you, and then it's a problem, whatever. cut off social media, cut off negative friends, bad energy transfer, do for self, think positive every morning, hydrate yourself, get the help if you need it. We are very conservative Black people on therapy, homosexuality, religion. We're very conservative. We got to change that narrative, that mindset. We life coaches. You need some help in your life? You want some positive affirmations? Reach out to us. We're going to help you succeed and get to the next level.
But God bless you, man. We appreciate both of you guys.
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank
I was doing it. I know my kids are watching. You know, I always say I was a young father, Ray, Trey, Irene, but they helped me grow up because we grew up together. And I wouldn't change nothing about that. They're the most precious thing in the world to me. They always got my back, and I love them for that. But like my brother said, I would give one last word. I would tell people this: you just got to LIVE. You have to live. It's no do-overs.
Right. Let me just. I don't want to mistake. Shout out to my wife and my daughter. I don't want to miss that.
He don't want to go home and get hit upside the head with it.
I got it out the mud. We got it out the mud together. We on this Kobe year. It's Kobe year for us. That's 24. That's Kobe year for us. My daughter holding us down. All our family. We don't want to miss nobody. Everybody who associated with this Magnus name. But my brother said it right. You got to live.
We have to live.
No, you have to live. You got your soliloquy. And when you off the scene, you gone. Ain't no, make memories with people that you got now. Tell them you love them now. Because
That's
one
right.
day you wish you can go back and say, I love you. You won't hear their voice no more.
That's right. Live.
Take the picture right now.
Live.
There you go.
Chris
There
Brown,
you go. Hey, I appreciate. Oh
appreciate
yeah,
you.
that
Thank
ain't
you.
no problem.
This
And
is
Toya,
thank you. Again,
Wanda,
I didn't know I see Toya every day. Every
Yeah,
morning.
Run into the
but
train.
Run into that train.
as we leave the show, we really appreciate you sharing
Thank you.
your experiences as Jamaican Americans.
Mhm.
Let me say it like
Big
that.
up on yourself anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
The land of wood and water.
Out of
As we
many,
say, Jamaica to the world. We local, but we tallywah.
out of many, one.
Out of many, one people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank again the legendary Chris Brown.
stop it. But anyway, at the end of the day, we always tell our people, please, whatever you do, treat people the way you want to be treated,
Exactly.
and never give up.
Right,
That's it. Signing off with
Big
these
up on
Jamaican
yourself.
twins.
Bless up, bless up, bless up.
All right.
That was
couldn't be with nobody else.